Somebody literally said over on Instagram that it was the saddest thing they had seen on the internet that day. Like the internet, which is big and scary and full of awful things. My video about vegetables was so sad. I guess I'm gonna have to start screenshotting the ignorant comments because one I was gonna go back and reply to is gone now. So let me just tell you about it. I made a video the other day about vegetables. And it got some heat. It got some heat, mostly largely positive responses. Thank you guys if you guys met me through that video. I'm Dr. Brooke. My channel is Cook with Dr. Brooke. We talk about the connection between nutrition and mental health outcomes with a board-certified psychiatrist. And I was talking about foods that not everybody thinks is vegetables, but they're fully made up of vegetables, and you can go ahead and consider them vegetables in your life. So things like salsa, things like canned pumpkin, things like potatoes. They're not always like, you know, what people think of when they think of their serving of vegetables. It's not a side salad. It's not like some steamed veggies, but they are really nutritious foods. And I was encouraging people to eat them because most of us are not getting the required amount of fruits and veggies in our diets. And that can be a really difficult thing for a lot of people. It can be difficult to do on a budget. So those are 3 good examples. This is practical advice. Most people took it well. Somebody literally said over on Instagram that it was the saddest thing they had seen on the internet that day. Like the internet, which is big and scary and full of awful things. My video about vegetables was so sad. I assume that they live elsewhere because they said my take was very American, or how sad the American healthcare system is, or like food landscape is, or culture is, that we would count salsa as our vegetables. And that's kind of pathetic that all these things coming out of cans would be counting as vegetables. But like, when does it stop becoming a vegetable? Like when you chop it, is it no longer a vegetable? Like with salsa, for instance, it's a tomato. You chop it, it's still a tomato. If I put it in a can, it's a tomato in a can. If somebody pressure cooks it to seal it and make it shelf stable, like where along that spectrum does it stop becoming a vegetable? And just because maybe you can afford to or enjoy or have access to fresh produce or other kinds of other vegetable sources doesn't mean that everybody else can. That was rubbing me the wrong way. Fortunately, like I said, the response has been overwhelmingly positive, and I've been really enjoying getting other people's kind of like veggie ideas in the comments and recipes they like to use and ways they like to use those kind of cheap, shelf-stable vegetables that I was talking about. I think that people have largely gotten the message, but it just goes to show you that no matter what you say on the internet, someone will have a problem with it. You can't make everybody happy. And I created a piece of content that was the saddest thing somebody had ever seen. But hopefully it wasn't sad to you. Hopefully it made you smile. And hopefully if you want to learn more about the connection between nutrition and mental health outcomes, then you'll follow along for more, because we get into studies on my channel, we get into recipes, we get into practical tips. And if that's your jam, then I got more for you. And if it's not your jam, you can just keep scrolling.